Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Today I'm going to be using the Gift of Giving stamp set. Love this, and this is the card we're going to be creating. So this stamp set has a few stamps on, and you might look at it and think, oh, it's only got a few. No, it's got 5 amazing stamps on. They're gorgeous and they're big ones and they really help create a project. So you've got this 2U at the top, which is what we're going to be using today. You also want the stars and the sprig out of it. But this set also has a Gift of Giving mug, which is a real reason I bought it. I'm a teaaholic and I love mugs of tea or mugs of hot chocolate around Christmas. And then you've also got Santa carrying all of his presents. So it is definitely one to look out for. Get it added to your basket, and it is available on my store. And if you want to look through my videos, you will see a lot more projects using this. So get all of these onto blocks. You're using your Memento ink. You want some scrap cardstock. I always have my cardstock cut to normal card base length, but you don't need it for this. You just need a piece of basic cardstock that will fit this image on. And then we're going to be colouring it with Pool Party and Fresh Freesia. So Pool Party is back. It's made a return. Pool Party is one of my favourite colours. Love it, and I use it in a lot of my projects. And then one of my team members sent me a message and she was like, do you realise every one of your videos has Pool Party in? And I was like, does it? And I looked back and it did. So I put it at the back of the shelf and made a conscious effort not to use it. And when I moved recently, I looked at it and I thought, do you know what? I haven't used you for ages and you're feeling unloved. So it's back. And if you are following my videos, you will know for the next few, I am using Pool Party in all of them. I am so glad I'm back using it. It's a gorgeous colour. And I feel like I've let it down recently. So what I'm doing with the blends is I'm using the dark of each one on the bows and the lid and the underneath shaded bit. And then I'm using the light on the rest of the present just to blend it in. And I'm going over the top and the bottom with a light as well, so that it helps bring that blend into the colours and it doesn't look so disjointed. So get those onto your card. It's Fresh Freesia and it's Pool Party. Once you've done that, we're just going to cut it down. So you want to get your trimmer and you want to cut around this in a rectangle, okay? So it doesn't really matter the size you do, it's going to be added onto the card. As close as you feel comfortable would be my answer to that, and cut it round. And there we go. Now it's up to you, you could colour the background in, but for this project I'm not going to. I'm just going to add some more of the Pool Party to the little stars just to give them a little bit of pop, make them come off the page a little bit. And that is enough for my topper. So you're going to then need a piece of 10.5 centimetre cardstock by 14.8 centimetre. Work out where you're going to pop your topping. So you can see there that I'm just popping a line around the sides with pencil so I can work out where it's going to go on my card. This will then inform where I'm going to be popping my bows and my stars, okay? So with this, there's no point putting them and colouring them if they're going to be behind the image. So make sure that they're just popping out from the image by popping a pencil mark of where you're going to pop that sentiment in, and don't forget the sides. Isn't that cute? Then you can add the stars on. So for the stars, I'm going to be doing them in a slightly different colour, just so they look a bit more textured, and I'm going to be using grey granite. Okay, so open that up and stamp that down. And I'm just stamping it in between the bows and also from out of the bows. How cute's that? So it looks like it's swirling around. Now I was going to add that straight on top, and you can do that. That is cute. Or you can do some colouring. So I'm going to be colouring in the berries with grey granite. I'm doing dark for the actual berries. And I do quite like blending in greys and dark shades, so it makes a monochrome effect. I think it's quite cute. And then I'm using the light for the leaves. So you don't always have to blend things in together. You can do it next to each other and it just creates a different tone. You'll notice that I'm completely ignoring the parts of the boughs that will go underneath the sentiment. As I said, there's no point spending time making it look pretty if you're going to cover it. So I didn't do it. Just make sure you've got up to the pencil line and just a little bit underneath it. And then that's going to go on top there. And again, I loved that and I could have left it like that, but I decided I wanted to play a little bit more. Okay, so I brought in the grey granite and I brought in my blending brush and off I went. Now you'll notice that looks messy, and it does look messy, but where it looks messy is where the sentiment's going to go. So I always find I'm heavy-handed. I really am. So I always find that I make a mess when I very first put the blending brush to paper. That's my fault, it's my way. I just can't stop myself from doing it. So I try and hide it. So I popped it down onto the paper exactly where I knew I was going to be covering it. And then I just grabbed some vellum. I haven't used vellum on projects for ages. So I cut that down. This is 10.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres, okay? And it's just going to sit on top of my card like that. So add some adhesive. And I'm using Seal Plus here. I find that's really good at getting the vellum onto the card. And where you stuck it, that's actually the tip. Make sure you put the tape runner where you're going to cover it, because you can see it through. So if you put it underneath where the sentiment's going to be, no one will ever know. So now you can pop some runner tape down using some Simply Elegant trim. This is in the gold. I'm just creating a few loops over the top. Cut that off, and then you want to stick the sentiment on top of it. Now I'm going to be sticking the sentiment using dimensionals. So take those off and stick it down. And there we are. There's the majority of the card. I'm sorry you keep seeing my head. I was trying to lean over the top to make sure I got it straight. Now you can stick this onto a card base. This is a piece of A4 card cut in half and scored in half. And what I decided to do was trim my card to the vellum so that it actually looked properly 3D on that, and I quite liked that idea. So even though it was 14.8 to start off with, I cut it down so it just fell on top of the vellum and then added it to the card like a card topper. So to do that, I'm going to be using some of our foam sheets. All right, so you want to measure the card against the foam sheet, which is what I'm doing off the screen because I'm just cutting it down now. And then you can add the foam sheet to the back of the card, pull the base off and stick it onto the card. And there we are. Then you can embellish as you see fit. What do you think? I love this stamp set. These are the gold metallic enamel effects. Everything I've used today is available from my store, slimandstylish.stampingapp.net. If you've liked this video, please do check out others that I've done with this set. Like and subscribe, stick around and see all my new videos. And most of all, have a lovely day, everyone. Bye.